O'Malley to stay away.
Dorin content to jump. And try to pounce here. Try to overcome that 5-inch height advantage and definite reach disadvantage, I should say, on both counts.
Interesting little item here. Dorin and O'Malley using different brand of gloves. Dorin
with the grants.
Oh, they're wearing the grants. They're wearing different gloves from the last fight is what I meant to say. Molnar and Rosado used Reyes gloves, and Dorin and O'Malley using Grant gloves. A lot more leeway these days in picking your gloves.
Dorin there with a nice left-right combination to the head. He started with about 10 seconds ago with a very sharp left hook. Scoring there with a right as O'Malley picks it off with his gloves, but it had to phase him, Steve.
Yeah, he's hurt. He was hurt by that right hand. We'll see how badly hurt in the next few seconds here.
His head. Let's go. I just told you. Okay, so no lead.
And the referee warning Martin O'Malley not to push down on Dorin's neck. But what does he do to discourage him, Steve? Is the jab doing enough?
Well, Dorin is pretty wide with all of his shots. One of the things O'Malley can try to do is punch inside.
He just went up the middle there, exactly.
That's what he has to do.
Come on, let's not do that.
And there's very little, again, in the way of feeling out process. You know how these first early rounds, how dangerous they are, seeing how a guy moves, seeing what a guy has. What kind of power is Dorin showing you?
He's kind of a clubbing puncher. His punches aren't straight, so that takes away a little bit of the power right there. But he windmills them, and he really throws them hard.
And he's landing there.
Yeah, he just has to get close enough.
There's a welt under his eye, under Dorin's eye. Pardon me, Steve, under his right eye. And it looks like one above his right eye also.
That would be...
Oh, and a left just rocks O'Malley.
I don't know what O'Malley's complaining about.
I don't know, but
Step back.
Dorin pounces. Dorin, but the overhand right. Let's see if he can fight, contain himself and fight under control. And he's bleeding now from that welt underneath his right eye, Dorin. There's another solid left that dazes O'Malley here, and he is in deep water here against the ropes. Getting out punched badly as the referee looks and gets ready to see if O'Malley can fight back.
No standing head count.
Leo Dorin raining a torrent of blows non-stop. O'Malley shakes his head. He's got 20 seconds to get out of round 2 and keep this fight alive and his dreams of staying undefeated.
And Dorin may be going for it because of the cut.
O'Malley backing up and just trying to hold on. Takes another overhand right. Less than 10 seconds. Will he make it? Dorin up the middle there with some shots as we go to the end of a hellacious round 2 for Leonard Dorin.
I know, but you can't complain. There ain't no sense of complaining. He ain't gonna help you out. Let him do his face. Put some ice on him. Listen, what you gotta do is you gotta use double the jab and move.
Nick, I think the reason Dorin has such success with these punches, O'Malley drops his gloves. Now he's already hurt here. And later in the round, he gets rocked again.
Oh, froze him with that left, didn't he?
Yeah, that's some left hook, and again, O'Malley's right glove, which he tries to keep up, but it was low enough for him to get hit. And then Dorin really exploded, probably tasted his own blood and realized, hey, wouldn't be a bad idea for me to get a TKO win right now and not risk anything.
O'Malley's trainer, James Thornwell, urged him between rounds, double up on that jab. In other words, keep your distance and try to string him out. And that was the strategy going in, but it hasn't worked out that way for Martin O'Malley and White.
Stay off the head, both of you now. Stay off the heads.
O'Malley backing up right now as Dorin continues to stalk. His gloves are up.
With that left hand, let's go. Break! Step back, come on, let's
Regarding Dorin's cut, Nick, usually a cut under the eye, there's not a danger of the blood, obviously, but very often a cut under the eye will create a lot of swelling. And that's what we have to keep an eye out for. No pun intended.
Well, there's no doubt that Dorin takes a lot of punishment, absorbs a lot of shots, and defense isn't always his strong suit, but he's picking off Martin O'Malley's jab there and some of those wild left hooks nicely in this round.
Break! Step back. No
One thing about Dorin, his gloves are very rarely down. He keeps them up. That's why he's not getting hit with sucker shots the way Martin O'Malley is.
Come on, Martin. You got to keep that left hand off his head. Let's go.
O'Malley getting beat to the punch here, Steve. There's the straight right lead by O'Malley. Back comes Dorin to the body with a left hook. Double hook by O'Malley. Wild miss by Dorin. Leonard Dorin in the gold. Martin O'Malley's in white. They're both undefeated lightweights, clashing at 17-0.
Watching the first 3 rounds, if you were asked who the harder puncher is, you'd probably say Dorin. Despite the lower knockout percentage, it's not what we thought going in.
Well, Martin O'Malley told us, you know, he's a solid puncher. He's not a cream puff puncher, but just based on what he saw, he thought he didn't have knockout power, Leo Dorin. But you don't know until you're in there with him. He's finding out now. Got a minute to go in round 3 as they flurry in the middle of the ring.
Great comeback round for Martin O'Malley. He may not win the round, but he got hurt there again by a right hand, but he's doing a good job using his legs.
Dorin just keeps coming forward. O'Malley digging to the body and then upstairs with the left hook. Dorin ducks under a hook.
Step back.
Tony Orlando getting a workout here, the referee, Steve. There's no doubt about it here at Showbox. We've got heavy action so far.
Come on, guys,
with
watch your
very
heads,
little
both of you.
coasting in either fight.
Off it, hold it. Come on, roll in, let's go.
Leo Dorin, the left, peppering that left in. O'Malley not firing now as he's taking shots. Counter left by Dorin. As we close the show on round 3.
Breathe, Leonard. It's time to breathe.
Okay, we hope you're enjoying this inaugural Showbox The New Generation card from Atlantic City. And a reminder, we return in 2 weeks, August 4th, with our second installment. We'll be uptown Saturday afternoon in New York City.
Okay? Leonard, I want some speed. And if you work around your job and...
The torch has been passed and a new generation of fighters has emerged.
Get the shots off right away.
With the selfless dedication to the sport that their idols once had.
You had the dream, now let's make it happen.
Tough young scrappers eager to make their name and hungry to make their mark. Now watch them chase their dreams in the ring when Antonio Diaz takes on John Michael Johnson. Plus Olympic star Panchito Bojado on Showbox. The New Generation, Saturday, August 4th, 5 p.m. only on Showtime.
We'll be in New York City then, but now it's a hot fight here in Atlantic City. Leo Dorin in the gold, having his way with Martin O'Malley as we go to the 4th round. Both are unbeaten, Steve, but Dorin just keeps coming.
So far, Dorin just seems the physically stronger fighter. As compact as he is, maybe that's not surprising.
Beat to the punch here, too.
Now, off his head. Come on.
What's happened to O'Malley's jab?
Stop. Come on. Come on, let him go.
Dorin told us that so many people who face him and take a look at him think they're stronger than him, Steve. He's convinced them otherwise through his entire professional career, and so far he's doing the same against Martin O'Malley.
He's even out jabbing O'Malley right now, and that's a punch that Dorin didn't even throw as an amateur because of his size.
Dorin landing there.
There it is. It's not a good sign for O'Malley. If he gets out jabbed, he really has no chance.
Dorin forever forward here, winging shots and scoring. Slips his punches there. Now he's back in business, turning on the juice. Steve, one speed with this guy. He doesn't take a round off, does he? You better be in prime condition if you're going to survive.
For sure. We saw some tapes where he was in just brutal back and forth type fights for 10 rounds. one of them with Gary St. Clair, and he brings it every round. He has to. He can't take a round off as short as he is because he just beat speared from the outside.
How much is his pace taken out of O'Malley just looking at his face and his legs?
Well, that one round, I guess it was the second round, which it could have scored 10-8 for Dorin. That round really set O'Malley back. He's looking better now, but I don't know if he's doing enough to win the round.
Hold it.
Dorin seems inexhaustible, Steve.
Let's go.